Hey, Dad, I'm going pro. I'm going pro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. You'll probably be about as good as I was. That's kind of the way it works, and I was below average. So you'll probably ultimately rank somewhere around there, so you'll excel at a lot of things, just not this. I don't want you out here shooting this ball around all day and night, all right?
All right.
Okay? All right, go ahead. Hey. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period. Let's go.
So basically, I'm at a point now where I want to be able to become more involved. And obviously, if there's any other younger guys like myself, I think it's very important, very critical. With the things that are going on under the current administration.
So what do you want to do? How do you want to get organized and do more?
I don't know. That's why I've never.
How old are you?
27.
All right. Let me tell you what I did when I was 19. Would that help you or would that bore you?
I would appreciate any advice. All
right. I was in law school, and I said to myself, I didn't call any radio host. All right, I don't like what's going on in my community. They keep raising taxes. The teachers union, the NEA, controls my local school board, and that's where most of the property taxes are coming. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to organize a group. Now, this is, if I were 19, this was how long ago? 37 years ago. I said the Republican Party is not responsive, and I'm a Republican, and I work these precincts, and I work them for Reagan in 76, and they supported Ford. I could just see it wasn't working out well. So I formed my own committee, the Committee for Tax Limitation. This is way before there was ever a Tea Party. And then I decided that I would use this Committee for Tax Limitation to influence the Republican Party, to influence the nominees. And we tried to do that with some limited success. And then finally I decided that I'm going to run for my local school board, and I'm going to support two other candidates and try and get three of us elected. And I spent 2 or 3 nights every week having coffee clutches, and I walked all over our township, Cheltenham Township, or outside of Philadelphia, still while I was going to law school, had all my studies to do, in little groups of 10 and 12 and 15. I would meet, and I would meet, and I would meet, and I would explain what I believed in. And then on the weekends, I and my brothers and my father and my mother would knock on doors. We knocked on thousands of doors. And I won. And so did the two people running with me. And I received the highest vote because of all that work, and the Republican Party wound up endorsing me. This is just an example. So you got to work at this. You got to think about what's important to you. You can't all of a sudden jump in and say, I'm going to influence this or influence that. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work. You have to pull yourself out of other things that you're doing, but you're 27 years old. If you want to affect the outcome of the country, if you're concerned about the future, that's the sort of thing you have to do. Are you prepared to do that?
Well, yeah, not so much in the public spotlight. I was actually in the works of getting an organization started at the university, but being my first semester, I didn't have the GPA requirement.
All right, let me just stop you. I'm not interested in all that. Are you prepared to do something?
Yes.
Okay. You figure out what you're prepared to do. I can't tell you what to do. The guy next door can't tell you what to do. Your mother and father can't tell you what to do. You have to decide what to do. And then go do it. And by the way, that's not just advice for politics. That's advice for life. People say, how do you become a radio host? There's no book on how to become a radio host. Is this something that interests you? Yes. Then you figure out what your local station is. You figure out how to do this. You figure out how to be a guest on a program or how to make yourself available. And when you are, how to be helpful, how to be intelligent about these things, and go get it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, completely. I gave up my mechanic career to come back to school and do more with myself. So I'm definitely at that point in my life now where I'm not really settling for less.
Just remember what I said. Don't wait around for somebody else telling you what to do or how to do it. You figure out what you want to do and figure out how to do it and go get it. Because if you really want to get it, you'll get it. Now, that doesn't mean if you run for office you're a shoo-in or you'll win. We have many great patriots who are trying. But it means if you don't try, you definitely won't win. Or if you don't fight, you definitely won't win. All right, my friend, thank you. Don't hang up so we can get you those books. I know people who've lost their children, friends who've lost their sons in war. I have a friend who you would know, but I'm not going to name him, former athlete who lost his young son to brain cancer. People go through horrible, horrible things. It's very difficult. You have a child who's killed. You have somebody in the family who was raped. It's just terrible. So, life is tough. It's tough. There are very, very happy moments, obviously. But there are days when you really have to muscle through. And this, not to get... I'm not trying to link it to anything, but this is why when I see and read about the slaughter of human beings, about the manner in which children are being killed, with their decapitated and their heads being put on stakes, people being crucified, women being raped and sold into slavery, all kinds of barbaric behavior. To say that I ideologically do not believe that we should get involved is to be really without a soul. Without a soul. Life is so short and it's so precious. And I am not lecturing, I'm not sermonizing, I'm just speaking from the heart. It is so short. It's also why I tell people, including my own kids or anybody who asks, go for it. I mean, obviously it needs to be legitimate, legal, and so, but go for it. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? Go for your dream. Or, if you're concerned about the future of the country and you believe there are candidates that ought to be, go for it. Not we oughta, you oughta. No, do something.
Never give in. Never give in. Never, never, never. In nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy.
That most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us.
show you how great I am.
Because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.